Reject modernity. Embrace tradition. Welcome to Taylor Swift. It's .com. You can download 2 of her songs, either via dial-up or broadband. These download links still work, by the way. I've got 2 exclusive Taylor Swift songs that have never been released before. Aww. And look, Taylor Swift. There she is. I'm trying my best, guys. There's nothing else here. Oh, except if you have questions or suggestions, you can reach out to webmaster@taylorswift.com. Hold up, let me try something. Hi, Taylor. Can I please come to your wedding? Best, Mike. I've got a good feeling about this. The early internet was a beautiful place, and today I'd like to revisit some of the original websites from our biggest musicians. Shout out to the Web Design Museum for displaying these sites in their glory, and to the Wayback Machine for letting us actually visit some of these pages again. I love how simple TaylorSwift.com 1.0 is. White background, green text, girl. Look at the download links. They were all yellow. Coldplay.com from 1999. This was when they released their first EP, which you can tell because it's right there. Check it out. They're playing Royal Court Theatre with Gomez. Whoa. Click here for loads more Coldplay info. Hell yeah, I'm always in the market for loads more Coldplay info. Okay, this is looking more like the Coldplay.com I know and love. Look at that shot. Look at those Brits in glorious 10p resolution. And hey, they've got a single expected late February and an album expected in May/June. You guys have 4 more days to get it out. We've got a timeline, list of releases thus far, photos, press reviews. The Independent says, I saw them on a poster. Melody Maker says they're currently causing what I believe is known as a buzz. My culture is not your costume. Look here, site designed by Claire Smith. Let's send her a nice note. Dear Claire, I came across your work on Coldplay's site, and I enjoyed it a good deal. I am looking forward to their single, expected in late February, and their album, expected in May/June. Best, Mike. While we're talking UK bands, let's check in on Oasis. Their 1996 site is pretty basic and to the point. At least their photos are looking great. Look at Noel. He is there, I promise. This is cool for historians, though. A numbered list of Oasis shows between 1991 and 1996. Pop quiz. What was gig number 254? Time's up. It was the Summum in Grenoble. Let's send the blokes a quick message. Dear Liam and Noel, I'm sad I couldn't see you two reunite for your tour last year. Not even seeing Noel's face in A visual resolution could remedy my sorrow. Please come to my apartment so Liam and I can talk about Crazy Frog for hours on end. Bing Bing and such, Mike. All of these sites so far have been pretty basic, but websites had so much potential to be more than just exposition dumps. Let's take this a step further. How about the main 90s pop girl, Britney Spears? Okay, this one looks pretty solid. Even though the full site is apparently coming soon, we've got a lot of options to click on. I wish I could tell you what they lead to, but they're all written in the most unreadable font ever created. Give me a sign and see my secret personal photos. Hey, what the f***? What the f*** is wrong with you? Hey, what the f***? Work on your phrasing. Well, we should have some non-secret photos to see here, but sadly many of them are broken JPEGs, which means we can't see as Brit listens in the control room as Tarzan looks on. What about tour dates? Oh dang, she played Albany, New York back in March 2000. Britney Spears has canonically seen The Egg. That makes 2 megastars who know what The Egg is. Unfortunately, there's no webmaster email on Britney's site, but it looks like the site is powered by Entertainment Drive, and they have an email. Hi, Mr. or Ms. Backstage. I thoroughly enjoyed my time on the BritneySpears.com website experience. I'm hoping that Britney will come back to Albany, New York and play the venue formerly known as the Pepsi Arena. Many blessings unto you, Mike.
Dad is back. All right.
Backstreetboys.com. Already I'm feeling a more ominous vibe from this one with its black and red color scheme. Just gotta click on this enter button and then we'll Just got to click on this enter button and then we can go. Can you stay still for one goddamn second? Okay, this is making me feel more at ease. I get to learn about each of the 5 boys. AJ says, I'm a big ham. My culture is not your costume. It's probably no accident that Nick Carter was born in the same Jamestown, New York hospital as the legendary actress comedienne Lucille Ball. Okay, I get the point they're trying to make, but that is a shaky-ass connection. Them being born in the same hospital does not mean they share similar talents. Of course, Becky G would go on to be a huge Latin pop star. She was born in the same hospital as Brian Wilson. Let's check out some hot news by Nicole. How about all those sexy chests and AJs those Backstreet Boys are always sporting? Haven't you ever just wanted to run onto stage when Howie strips his shirt off and flings it to the side? See, I tried that back in Cabo, and all I got was a restraining order and a fractured spine. Nothing left to do but to send them a message through their own email system. Dear Howie, I'm sorry for running onto stage when you stripped your shirt off and flung it to the side. I understand now that I needed your consent, though I wish your 12 bodyguards exercised slightly more restraint when chokeslamming me into the ground. Still paying off the medical bills, Mike. Going back to old websites sure feels like virtual insanity. Sucking on a little Look at Jamiroquai.com. It's got that budget. I feel so welcomed, like JK is inviting me personally into the world of Yan Krukau. Oh, listen to that bossa nova in crisp 1-bit quality. And who's this eco-looking hologram? Wait, you can grab him and move him around the page? Okay, this is officially better than GTA 6. And would you look at that, we've got another webmaster email. Dear JK, your glorious website of bossa nova splendor and noise-making tiles delighted my fancy for many a fortnight. It would be my biggest honor to take a ride on your floating CD or go snowboarding on a Walkman with you. May the ashes wash us away, Mike. Don't you feel great looking back on all these old sites? This makes me feel like I'm living a website dream. Which reminds me, KatyPerry.com. Let's get into it right now. Slow down there, Katy. Jesus, you're gonna give a guy a heart attack. Hey now, hey now. This is what sites are made of, that classic lyric of Katy Perry's. This is a nice looking home page. Sadly, clicking on most of these options leads to barren pages, except for Katy's blog schmog. That link takes you to an entirely different page. Welcome to my yummy little site.
It's definitely yummy.
I'll be playing around in SoCal a bit this month, jamming out with my clam out.
Bazinga!
I love you all, and I hope you all love me. XO, peace in the Middle East. This is sadly the only post on her blog Schmog, but we can read through 92 comments from her adoring fans. But as you read them, something happens. Seconds after we all pass away, we will know how we should have lived our lives, and that is for our Father. Every man is wise when attacked by a mad dog, fewer when pursued by a mad woman. Only the wisest survive when attacked by a mad notion. Nothing succeeds like address. To be able to fill leisure intelligently is the last product of civilization. The character inherent in the American people has done all that has been accomplished, and it would have done somewhat more if the government had not sometimes gotten its way. Spell creat with an E. There was a young man of Dundoo, whose limericks stopped at line 2. Dear Katy, have you seen the people in your blog comments? While we're in the late 2000s, let's look at Justin Bieber's 2009 website. Justin's site is pretty decked out. News, music, photos, social media integration, a bio. Justin Bieber reigns supreme. He still does to this day. An old soul is the last thing you would expect to find inside Justin Bieber. I was gonna say a Kia Soul, but okay. Oh shoot, Justin played the Tsongas Center in Lowell, Massachusetts? That makes 2 megastars who know what the Tsongas Center is. There's also a video section featuring the classic video, So How Did I Fracture My Foot with Taylor Swift?
What happened, Justin? I mean, you told me to break a leg. I couldn't break a leg, but I broke my foot for you. It's kind of like a figurative statement.
Unfortunately, there's no webmaster email or contact form anywhere on this site. I tried Googling webmaster at justinbieber.com, but the first result was for the video game company Atlas for some reason. However, there is a hotline. So I've pulled up here the phone number that was on Justin Bieber's 2009 site. Let's see what happens. Okay. So some artists were using their sites as extensions of their brand, but what about artists who wanted to take things one step further, to use the internet in new, back then, ways? David Bowie. Now, Bowie had a website as early as 1995 when he released Outside. This is a graphics-heavy website. Clearly. Then there was his site for Earthling, which was even more graphics heavy. The best part was an entire dedicated message board for Bowie fans to congregate. Sex, RE sex, sex sex, RE sex sex sex, sex 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 everything. Debate. I'm wondering. Interesting. I'm also wondering. Gossip about whether Bowie was back on drugs. I hope so, and shit all over the message board they were on. This board and its lowlifes suck. Get a real Bowie board. Lick. No! If we did that, we'd have to discuss Bowie. To know internet discourse has not changed in 30 years is not comforting at all. It just goes to show you, never talk about your interests on the internet. The culmination of Bowie's internet savvy was BowieNet. This was the platform on which he released his 1999 album, Hours, making him the first major artist to put out an album for internet download. In fact, one of the songs off Hours had lyrics written by a 20-year-old BowieNet member who won a contest. This was the ethos of BowieNet. For a monthly subscription, which some folks were not very happy about, you could peruse BowieNet, partake in its many riches, and feel as if you were a part of Bowie. At one point, there was a virtual multiplayer 3D space called Bowie World, and you could explore it as a penguin. He literally invented the metaverse before everyone even had a chance to hate on the metaverse. Members even had their own @davidbowie.com email address. I know it's not possible, but imagine if someone still had their David Bowie email active. Ah well, I guess I'll have to suffice for this email address. Dear David Bowie, remember that time you said meme school?
Meme school.
What did you mean by that? Hope heaven is nice, Mike. Bowie was not the only one to trailblaze on the internet, though. Let us not forget our beloved Prince. Prince had his own website/music consumption platform between 2001 and 2006, NPG Music Club. Like BowieNet, for a monthly fee, you could buy music and merch, get exclusive goodies, and all that. In 2003, the site got this fresh redesign where you could literally enter the NPG estate. I consider this the sequel to that Prince video game. Walk around, play music, chat with fans in a conference room, and read lore dumps from the man himself. TV has definitely become the supreme time waster. R.I.P. Prince, you would have loved Sneakers O'Toole AI Slop with Amazing Digital Circus, Invincible, Fall Guys, Sonic, The Lorax, Chainsaw Man, Mario, Lorax, did I already say the Lorax? I admit, actually navigating the site can be a pain. Like, how do I even go back to the previous page? Oh, of course, it was the urn. How did I miss that? Oh, I'm so stupid. But if you treat it more as an interactive art project, it's pretty damn neat. Prince was incredibly cool with the internet, so long as you did not play or cover or even think about his music online without paying him. Check this out. For tech support, please email npgmc support site at mpgmusicclub.com. Dear Prince, here's a clip of me crying when I went through all of your albums for a video. I hope you enjoy it. Say hi to the big man for me, Mike. Now let me ask you a question. What is the best designed website of all time? Everybody say it on 3. 1, 2, 3. The Space Jam website. But is there a website that could match Space Jam's aura? Yes. Welcome to the Grateful Dead's 1996 website. Look at all these options. Let's check them out. How dare you tease me like that? Oh, if we click non-Java access, then we can look at each section. So this one's a little different. It's not as focused on music delivery, though you could apparently buy merch. Instead, this site is like an outdated 2016 meme, because it's about knowledge. A 4-volume almanac, archived letters and newspapers, something called Sentinel, which is a 35-chapter book of poetry, a dedicated page for Mickey Hart, Dick's Picks. You could unironically spend hours on this one 1996 ass website. I'm not going to, though, because I have more John Jacob Jingleheimer Schmidt AI slop to watch. But going back through these sites has given me a new appreciation for these artists, seeing how they started out or how they used new technology to get closer with their fans. Social media has replaced websites as the primary method for artist-fan connections, but hey, we can always look back at how far we've come. Before I sign off, I do have to do one last thing. Dear Grateful Dead, I've never really listened to the Grateful Dead. I don't know what I would say to them. Let me know what you think of all these websites, and if you enjoyed this video, check out this one next.